We always start our broadcast with our national anthem and the prayer of our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let's go.
Good evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwu Okike Abiama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu Okike Abiama onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebe dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na otuto na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining from. Thank you, my brother Anthony Enwere. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate your support. We must continue. It doesn't matter the attack they are bringing from any corner, from any angle. They will always attack. They will always gather, but they will not succeed because their gathering is for evil. They will never succeed. That is why we have to continue to preach this gospel, preach the message of peace and unity, love, freedom to the world, and they must hear us. If you are joining me from Biafra land, I appreciate you. I say, may Chukwu Okike God and protect you. If you are joining from Asia, from Europe, from America, Australia, Canada, whichever part you are joining from, I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. We will continue. Just as I have always done, I'm only here to speak the truth and nothing but the truth, to set the record straight. Because every now and again, we see lies flying from left, right, and center. We see all manner of propaganda coming from all angles. And we can't be silent and be watching why they push lies against us, why they continue to blackmail us, why they continue to tell lies against us. We will continue to tell the world the truth and nothing but the truth, to set the record straight. The Janjaweed government that you all know have succeeded in hijacking the media. The conventional media is in the hand of the Janjaweed. They are playing the role of Janjaweed. You don't blame them. They are looking for their money. But in social media, we are not looking for anybody to pay us. We are working for ourselves, spreading the gospel and telling the people what exactly the truth is. That is what I'm doing today. I'm not preaching a hate speech. Neither am I talking down on anybody, but saying it the way it is without being politically correct. When you go to their conventional media or some platform, you see people, they try to be politically correct in order to favor some people, in order for people to love them. But in this channel, I say it exactly the way it is. If you don't love the truth, you might not be comfortable here. But if you are somebody who loves the truth and want to hear the truth, you'll be very, very comfortable as soon as you join. So when you join, please share the video to other platforms, share to your family and friends, share it to your WhatsApp group so that people can join us and hear the truth and nothing but the truth. We don't preach lies. A lot is going on. Just as I warned from the beginning of the year, you can see that the attack has intensified. We are losing a lot of our brothers. Biafrans are losing people. Biafrans, we are losing people. We are losing people. We are losing brothers and sisters, children in Biafra land. The killing have intensified. They are still killing Biafrans, homes being burnt. There are so many destruction happening in Biafra land. Some of you must have seen the videos on social media. The conventional media doesn't report about it. They never report about it. They are not saying anything. And this destruction and evil that is happening every part of the country called Nigeria. It is happening. It is no longer a mere hearsay. Even no matter how the Janjaweed try to suppress the news, they make their conventional media. You can agree with me that in the northern part of Nigeria today, northern part of Nigeria is worse than Somalia. The northern part of Nigeria is worse than Somalia, a place where terrorists mount roadblock, collect money, collect tax, do all manner of things. But still, you see the government pretending as if it's all well. All is not well. And when we say certain things, people will think we are making it up. We are not making it up. We are not making it up. I don't make up anything. Anything I tell you here is gospel. That is why most time when I say something, I try to get a video to back it up. Each time I say something, I try to get a video to back it up so that you can understand the situation and know what is actually going on. Because if we continue to say words without backing it up with some facts, people will not believe. People will not believe because people tend to see people who bring information on social media as people who are jobless or people who don't know what they are talking about. But most of the information we bring here on social media, I don't bring any information without confirming it properly, without confirmation. That is why I try to get some videos to back up every accusation and everything that I say. So when I play the video, it will help you to be able to understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going. So today, as usual, I am reminding you again about the situation of that country called Nigeria, mainly in Biafra land. It is not well. People are dying, people are being killed right, left, and center. And what are they? Why are they killing the Biafrans? There is no other reason, just because we are asking for self-determination. That is why they want to terminate the Biafran people. The same reason, that is the only reason why they went and kidnapped our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. All the way to Kenya. They went to Kenya and kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu traveled to Kenya with his legal passport, British passport. He is not a Nigerian. He has denied Nigerian citizenship for a very long time. But still, they went to Kenya, connived with Kenyan government and kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu entered Kenya with British passport. That is how to show. That is to show you how evil British are. It is the British that is supporting every evil that you see happening in that country called Nigeria. They support it, they promote it, and they give credence to it. That is why it has continued. And it will continue. It will continue. If the more you continue to stay in that country called Nigeria, there will never be any peace, there will never be any security, there will never be any good economy. They try to deceive you, try to bring all manner of lie and paint all manner of evil. Everything they say is a lie. The truth is that the country, more especially the northern part of Nigeria, have become worse than Somalia. The insecurity they are exporting to the southeast, they are exporting the insecurity to Biafra land just because they have no choice. Their terrorists that they have planned to go and take over the Biafra land could not be able to penetrate. They couldn't be able to penetrate. What they did was they turn around and begin to give them uniform to go and begin to kill our people indiscriminately. And as you're watching this video, Biafrans are losing their life. That is why you have to continue to fight on your own platform. Speak out louder than ever, because it can never be easy anywhere. It's not going to get better any soon until Biafra comes, until our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally. That is what we're asking for. That's what they're asking for. For those who are celebrating for the judgment in Abia State, it is not yet time to celebrate. It is not time to celebrate. Because when you look at the judgment properly, you will still see injustice in that very judgment. There is still a lot of injustice in it. There is still a lot of injustice. So there is nothing to celebrate. When you are celebrating with them, you are kind of promoting them as if they obey the rule of law. You and I know that the Janjaweed do not obey the rule of law. They are evil, and they will do everything to make sure that they distract you, they distract us. Everything they are doing is a weapon of distraction. But the actual truth and fact on the ground is that the contraption called Nigeria, as you speak, is in the hand of the terrorists. And more especially the northern part of Nigeria, terrorists have taken over, but they continue to deny it. I want to hear from one of the former senators, Sheikh Husani, what he had to say, so they can understand the situation in the north.
It's as if the president is talking about another country, not Nigeria. But if he's talking about Nigeria, the evidence of collapse and security paralysis is within his doorsteps, within his very states of Katsina. Virtually now, bandits in the Northwest have become a state within a state. They have been able to establish governance structure in the sense that they don't just kidnap and extort money, but it has reached a point where they even install, according to reports, they install traditional rulers and install imams. It is important for the president to have time to have the numbers of his old friends and colleagues and neighbors and ask them of the situation on the ground. Because if you depend on your party, your loyalists, and the structures around you to tell you everything about your country or the people you are governing, you are most likely not to get the truth. They may only tell you what you like. If you pick up one or collection of bandits, you will see them with tattered clothes, underfed.
Now you've heard him and heard him clear. That is the situation in the northern part of Nigeria. The bandits, the terrorists are not just occupying it, they are not only collecting ransom. He is telling you that the terrorists have taken over the northern part of Nigeria. They have installed emir, they have installed traditional rulers, they have installed imams, and they are collecting taxes. This is a former senator from Canada. He is saying it, a northerner saying the situation. But when you go to their conventional media, they still pretend as if it is all well. They are not shouting. People are not uproar. Asorok is still sleeping. The politicians are still sleeping. They don't care about the citizens in that country called Nigeria. That is why we are waking up every indigenous tribe in the country called Nigeria to rise up and demand for referendum. Demand for the breakup of this contract. If they don't break it up, we will remain where we are, and more death will come. More death will come. The warning came even before now. 2022, they are preparing for war. 2022, that is the time we are. That warning was given years ago. The man who made that revelation, Ubda Melafia, was killed. Don't forget. Don't forget. That man that made the revelation was killed, Ubda Melafia. What is going to happen in 2022? I want you to watch the video to remind you again so that you don't go to sleep.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, how would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, And people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
You heard him very clear. You heard him. This is the agenda of 2022. They want to start a civil war in that country called Nigeria. And for some of you who think it's a joke, they have started already in Biafra land. They have started bombing Biafra land as we speak. That is why I am crying against all these saboteurs. People who are sabotaging the struggle of Biafra. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given us a ladder that we can climb. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a foundation where we will stand and be strong. You see some people destroying that foundation. Saboteurs, mainly people who are politicians and the Ohaneze Ndibo. Ohaneze Ndibo and the politicians, they are busy killing Biafran people, killing their own people that are supposed to defend. The Southwest people are defending their people. The Northerners are fighting for their own. In the southeastern part of Nigeria, in Biafra land, the people in Biafra land are not fighting for their own people. Instead, they are busy killing their people, betraying the struggle. The greatest enemy that the Biafran struggle have are the politicians. The politicians and the Ohaneze Ndibo. The politicians and the Ohaneze Ndibo, these are the people who are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that we don't have our freedom. That is why when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting, he said that it was this Janjaweed that installed George Obiozo. Some people thought it was a joke. There is no institution in that contraption called Nigeria recognized in Biafra land that is not being installed, put in place by the Janjaweed. The Janjaweed put people in place up to our local governments, up to local government chairman. Every one of them is serving the Janjaweed. That is why nobody should believe in anything that has to do with politics, political solution. Look at how they are killing us now. They are not supported. Instead, these politicians, Ohaneze Ndibo, mainly Ohaneze Ndibo, because most of those politicians, they are members of Ohaneze Ndibo, they are the ones promoting the killing of Biafran people, selling Biafra land out and pushing out us out for kill. I'm not going to waste too much time in this very video. I am going to share with you a video. There's a video I came across. I'm going to show you the kind of betrayal, the kind of evil people we have in Biafra land, mainly the Igbo Biafrans. They have been able to destroy everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. They are trying every day, every blessed day to make sure that Biafran people do not have freedom. The Ohaneze Ndibo, the politicians, including some people who claim to be fighting for freedom, they are fighting on a daily basis, struggling and making sure that we do not have our freedom. Chukwu Okike will never forgive them. He will never forgive them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done everything possible. After going to dialogue with them, speak to them in a language that they will understand, yet they refuse to understand. Remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu discussed with this Ohaneze Ndibo, after discussing with Ohaneze Ndibo and every other traditional section in Biafra land, including the Middle Belt, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had a meeting with them. And each of them kept that meeting secret. A meeting that was supposed to be secret, all of them kept it secret. But it was only Ohaneze Ndibo that went and revealed what they discussed with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ohaneze Ndibo went and revealed the discussion that he made with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The discussion with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made with Afedifere was still intact, sealed. Nobody had it. The one he made with the Middle Belt, nobody had it. But the meeting he had with Ohaneze Ndigbo, immediately after the meeting, the next minute, they went to media and began to talk about it. That is how evil the Ohaneze is. They never fight for their own people. They are always fighting for their own selfish interests. Each time you see them go, you see them when they went to Abuja, some of them go to Abuja, say they are going to beg for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were carrying their own file to go and look for opportunity for their own children and their group. They went to look for Ghana must go and not to fight for their own people. The only man in Biafra land that is fighting for the Biafran people, the South and the present Southeast and the Lower Benue, the only single man that is fighting their cause for justice and freedom is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and no one else. And this man who has given up everything, given up his life, today they are making everything possible to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not being freed. They are trying by all means to make sure that they hinder the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But they will never succeed. Chukwu Okike Abiama will not allow them to succeed. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter the angle they come from. It doesn't matter the weapon of their warfare. It doesn't matter their propaganda, their lies. They can never succeed. They will never succeed. But let me tell you, the major enemies we have are inside. The Janjaweed have been able to buy some people among us. They have been able to buy some saboteurs. The Janjaweed have succeeded in getting some saboteurs in Biafra land. They got saboteurs who are Igbo Biafrans, Ijo Biafrans, Edo Biafrans, Delta Biafrans, Calabar Biafrans. Different section of Biafra land, Janjaweed have been able to buy people in there. In every organization, even in IPOB, the Janjaweed have groups there. And they are the one making sure that everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for never works. They are the one hindering the freedom of the people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pushes forward at every given time, trying his best to make sure that we have freedom, but they will never let him. I saw a video where the representative of Ohaneze Ndigbo was speaking to the Northerners, begging, was literally begging the Northerners for 2023, begging the Northerners to give them a president, when he knows very well that you can't get anything by begging. How can this son of a king all of a sudden becomes a beggar? Biafrans are supposed to be kings. They don't beg. Biafrans are not beggars. Biafrans are not everything a Biafran man got. He earned it. We earn our respect. We earn our wealth. We fight for everything that we have. We don't beg for it. But Ohaneze Ndigbo, as disgraceful as they are, they continue to disgrace the Igbo race. Every time you see them, in any platform you see Ohaneze Ndigbo, any platform where you see these politicians, these so-called politicians, they are always disgracing their own people. It's either they are killing their own people, or they are demonizing their own people, or they are disgracing their own people. It's a shame. It's a shame. But I tell you, the war that is coming in 2022 is going to take all of them out. The war that is coming in 2022 is going to take all those evil men out. And Biafra will definitely come. They can't stop it. They can never stop the coming of Biafra, because Biafra is here already. They can't stop it. We must continue until Biafra comes. I want to share this video with you. I want you to listen carefully what this man is saying. A representative of Ohaneze Ndigbo who went to North. The most painful thing is that he went to North, not even to the main leaders. He went to the North. All those idiots, all those their youths, people who are it's so sad. Watch the video. After watching the video, then we can continue from there. Watch.
The North, with the population and the vast majority place, that the North will always play the role of a kingmaker in deciding, being a deciding factor in 2023 presidency. And we feel that the best thing we should do is to migrate from the other side of the world to come to this place and interface with the real people who are the people that are holding the masses. Rather than abusive words in chat rooms in the delis, that we decided to extend the hand of friendship to the North. Having said that, we ask one question ourselves. What's happened to the relationship between Nnamdi Azikiwe and Tafawa Balewa? What happened to the existing relationship between the North and the East? Where did we got it wrong? What happened? What transpired? Is it because that one person somewhere decided to paint Igbos as if we are Biafrans? No, we believe in one Nigeria. The vast majority population of Igbos are residing in 19 northern states. With the highest investments we have in 19 northern, we have about 2.3 trillion worth of investment, Igbos that have invested in northern Nigeria. And by so doing, we said no, that the best thing we have to do is to ensure that we reach out with the fulcrum of the society, the people general, Yerima Shetima, to dialogue on the way forward regards to 2023. And moreover, you have heard, or it's not a new agenda, that this is the turn of the Igbo people. And irrespective that our friend here, who have been having another diverse opinion that the North must retain power after President Muhammadu Buhari, we say no. It's not something that will come and fight in the delis, or every time we'll be, countering what he says. No, let us come and have a persuasive dialogue. And by so doing, we are looking at how do we get here in this mess today in Nigeria. Nigeria has been ravaged by insecurity in the north. It's been extended to the south. In the southeast now, there is no. Today is Monday. The economy is crashing. Somebody somewhere instituted sit at home, not in Nigeria, and everything is going wrong. What we need is somebody who is of age. We are looking at age. Somebody who can unite Nigeria as Nigerians to be one. And that is why we are here to say that we believe in one Nigeria, and also we are ensuring that we are persuading our brothers to support us. We have had it. We are not expecting any response from them now. Let them go and think about it. That the best thing they have to do is to look at competency in 2023. And when you talk of competency, we Igbos have abundance of material resources that can succeed President Muhammadu Buhari. Is it in terms of competence? You talk about our son from Rivers State, the Minister for Transport, Chibika Amechi, who we are preparing to declare very soon. You talk about versatility and acceptance in the north. You talk about Senator Richard Okorocha, who was even born like Nnamdi Kanu was born in the north. You talk about international diplomacy. We have our Minister for Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyama, who has helped President Muhammad to launder the image of Nigeria. When you talk about infrastructural development and this, you talk about the governor of Ebonyi State, Governor Dave Umahi. You see that talk about the managerial skills. You talk about our brother, former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi. We have abundance. We have people who are ready, are committed to serve Nigeria. And what we are begging the North is to come and look at not the region, but look at the quality of candidates. People who are ready to serve Nigeria. People who are ready to continue to salvage the image of Nigeria beyond the way we have descended so low and so, into the abyss of violence, abyss of insecurity, poverty, and all the rest of it. So we are begging the North that they should look at the individuals, not at the region. Because looking at the region will be misunderstood.
This is really heartbreaking. You see a matured man who claimed to be an Igbo Biafran, a matured man who claimed to be Igbo. Look at the way he's making the fool of himself. Look at the way he's making fool of himself. When the Northerners got their presidency, did they come to beg you? Ask this man, when the Northerners got their presidency, did they come to beg the Igbos? Did they come to beg you? But look at him on his knees, begging, calling them kingmakers. They are the kingmakers. They will take decision. Whatever they say happens. He wasn't even bold enough to even receive response. He isn't giving them that they should go and think about it and then come back to them. Just look at the way, even when he was calling people who represent them for their so-called 2023 election, did you see the name he was mentioning? That is how you will know that we are in a big mess. You see why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is crying every day. You see why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting without looking back. If we don't do something, we are going to fall into a deep mess, more than the one that we are in now. Look at the people he was mentioning their name. Rotimi Amechi, Rocha Sokorocha, Dave Umahi. These are the people they are preparing to present. What does that tell you? You are in soup. You are in soup. And he was even bold enough to tell us that those people were people who are born in the north. So if you're not born in the north, there's no hope for you. If you're not a slave to the north, there's no hope for you in Nigeria anyway. You are not even part of them. In every of their interview and every of their speech, they show us that we are not part of Nigeria. They always show it. Why are we still bent on staying in that very contraption called Nigeria? Why is it that some people cannot use their brain? It is so sad and painful when I see this kind of video. This man that just spoke is a representative of Ohaneze Ndigbo. Ohaneze Ndigbo is supposed to be speaking for the Igbos. When have you seen any video where Afenifere went to beg in the north? Did you see any video where Afenifere went to beg the north? Even when they have the most candidate that people are suspecting that will be when they have the most of the formidable candidate, even when they have one of the formidable candidates, did you see them going to beg? Did you see Afenifere go to beg? But every time, Ohaneze Ndigbo will continue to disgrace the Igbo race. Every single minute, in every opportunity. Just look at what's a grown-up man with a family, supposedly a Biafran, what he's doing. Look at the way he's talking. What a shame. This is the mess we are in. And the earlier Biafrans wake up, the better. This is why every Biafran have to wake up and do everything possible to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. Everything possible. And I repeat, the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the hand of anybody. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hand of the Biafrans. It is the Biafran people that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through massive civil disobedience. What you do is what will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not going to be triggered in any way. It's not even this political solution they're talking about cannot take effect until the masses begin to do something. I am not just saying it. The president said it. The Attorney General of the Federation said it. The Northern Forum said that until they see the mass reaction, until they check and balance and see the reaction of the people, that is when political solution will take place. This is why we are calling for a mass action in the contraption called Nigeria, not outside. In that contraption called Nigeria, a mass action, mainly in Biafra land. Mainly in Biafra, and they know very well. They know very well that every civil disobedience we are having in Biafra land is having effect. That is why in every of their meeting, they don't finish that talk without mentioning sit at home. They don't finish their discussion without mentioning the issue of civil disobedience. They know how effective that civil disobedience is. These idiots that call themselves Igbo, they are not speaking for the Igbos. It is very clear they are not speaking for the Igbos. 99.9% of Igbos are standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. 101%. 99.9% of Igbos, they need their referendum. They need their freedom. Even those who are pretending, they need their freedom. They want to have their self-determination. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done a great job. And we will continue to ask for his unconditional release. It doesn't matter what they do. Because of these idiots that are speaking, these people who claim to be Ohaneze Ndigbo, these people who are bringing shame to the Igbo race, these people who are bringing shame to us, we have to continue to call for the unconditional release. Do everything possible to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. If not, these are the people who are going to take charge, and they will begin to sell us. They will continue to sell. They have started already. They will make us lose value. We will not be respected anywhere in that country called Nigeria. If we lose Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if we don't continue to do something, massive civil disobedience, sit at home more if you can sit. Sit at home more if you can sit. If you can pray, pray more. If you can fight, fight. Anything you can do. Increase your tempo. Don't discourage anybody that is doing anything to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter what that is. Whatever any human being is doing in Biafra land to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is be free, do not discourage them. That is the right thing to do. We have to increase the tempo because of this kind of words. And the most shameful thing that after this man have said this rubbish, after this man have begged, kneel down and beg. Now, I want you to watch and see the reply. After he was talking to an idiot, Shetima Retima, what they call it, Shetima Retima, whatever they call him. An idiot who doesn't have any level. Ohaneze Ndigbo descended so low of going to Shetima Retima, whatever they call him. They didn't even go to the Northern Forum. They didn't even go to their fellow Northern elders. They came down. They were talking to Shetima the team. That is how shameless they are. I want you to hear the reply the idiot gave to them. Watch.
Give any candidate who succeeds either in APC or PDP or any other party.
We have people who do not have an idea of what history was, and all of a sudden came out from nowhere, that were never part of any popular struggle, suddenly began to champion the cause of Igbo cause in the name of Biafra. Some of us took it personal because we believe strongly. At first we thought some of these characters speak for the entire Igbos, until in 2017 we realized that there are just few individuals, probably jobless, headed by another jobless somebody, who also championed the cause of, believing that through intimidation, through the support of some myopic politicians, they could fund him to heighten tensions and create unnecessary panics, believing that by some of their utterances and their actions, the North will succumb to some of those blackmails. But oftentimes, what I do is to draw the attention of some of these characters to say that we have come of age. Gone are those days when you use blackmails, intimidations, and harassment to negotiate for politics or for power. Good enough today we are sitting again when people believe we cannot sit and discuss together as a people. We are talking, and this is a welcome development that a leadership of Wanese will come all the way from the southeast to meet some of us to discuss issues pertaining 2023, because we know it's time and very timing. You can't deprive people from asking for what they want, and you can't stop them from demanding for what they think it is their right. But it's either we are going to meet and discuss the issues and agree in principle, or we will discuss it over and over, and until we agree on certain things. Whether it's going to go your way or my way, we still need each other. The most important is that you come, and this your coming has really mended little or major aspect of what we felt in northern part of the country, because over time I've said it, politics is about negotiation. It's about meeting people, discuss, lobby. You don't just sit down in your little enclave, you make noise. Some of us are here, we don't know what is sit at home means. We're in northern part of the country, it does not affect us. It affects your economic directly or indirectly. But for us, we are comfortable because you cannot declare it at home in northern part of the country, and we'll say it over time. So it's led for the Igbo kinsmen to rise up above board and checkmate those excesses of these elements for your betterment. Nobody will entrust you with powers when you make it obvious as if you are doing it by putting fears in the minds of people. But by this approach, if this had happened long before now, probably we wouldn't have found ourselves where we are today. As you have earlier said, you have even helped me in your submission. You do not expect me to reply or respond to you that your demands will be answered immediately. We will also go back to make other consultations too, speak with our people, consult widely, and discuss issues. Nothing is impossible in politics, but you must change your approaches. You must change your approaches. You must talk to people. You must reach out, lobby to the people. Then at the end of the day, majority will still have a way, while the minority will still have a say. That's politics. I've been an advocate of democracy for over time. And democratically, I do not understand what this zoning means. I don't understand what zoning means. But I believe in competency. Yes, you said it. I believe in younger generation coming on board. Yes, you said it, because that's my belief too. But whether it's going to be about zoning, that's where I think we're going to differ more. Let us showcase our best. I'm not ruling out what you're asking for, but let us bring our best. Bring your best 11. The North will produce his best 11. Then we'll meet at the junction. We'll see if yours is better than us or ours is better than yours. Nigeria will decide that through ballot.
Mazi, You have heard him. You saw the response he got. This is how shameless these people are. Look at the response the man gave him. You saw the response. You heard it by yourself. You saw the insult the man was raining on him. He told him point blank to his face that what he has come for, his coming doesn't even have much effect. It has little or no effect. He made it clear that they are coming to come and beg them, have little or no effect. Then he began to threaten him about IPOB, begin to threaten him about sit at home. The usual thing they are doing. The usual thing they are doing until we stop sit at home before they can give them their Igbo presidency. You see why they are fighting. You know that it was in this same country where they have Boko Haram killing people. Boko Haram were ravaging everywhere. In the north, bombing places, yet Muhammadu Buhari won his election. Boko Haram was killing, yet they voted in somebody, a member of Boko Haram. Muhammadu Buhari, whom Boko Haram themselves appointed to speak for them, was voted in, even when Boko Haram was disturbing and killing people. But today, because we are demanding for self-determination, because we are sitting at home to demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who they went to kidnap, an innocent man who has not committed any crime. We are demanding for his unconditional release, sitting at home. They say we can't do that. That if we do that, they will not get their 2023 election. They will not give them presidency. When you and I know that they will never, ever, ever give any Igbo man a presidency, including those idiots who are born in the north. You see them? The people they are projecting are the people who are born in the north. Ojuzokalo them. Rocha Sokorocha them. Dave Umahi. They were people they are projecting. Even they themselves are not trusted. But yet, they are busy killing their own people on behalf of this Janjaweed. You saw the reply the man gave him. He told him point blank that the Biafran people should go and get their best. That Igbos should go and get their best. So that North will get their best. Then when they meet, they will know who is better. Just imagine that insult. Just imagine the insult. Just imagine. How can somebody sit down and listen to this? That the Igbo should go and bring their best. The North should go and bring their best. Then when they match them, they will look who is better. Now they no longer care about zoning. These were the people who were shouting about zoning, who threw away good luck because they said good luck have overstood. They said good luck have overstayed, that it is their turn. They planned, even with the Southerners, they planned with people in the South. They planned, even with Biafra people, to remove Goodluck Jonathan. Even with their brother, the idiot that this man is calling now to be one of their presidential candidates. They planned and remove Goodluck Jonathan. Today, they are talking about it. He said he doesn't believe in zoning. That the Biafran people, the Igbo people should go and get their best squad. Then they'll get their best squad. After, when they get to the table, they'll know who is better. A northern bold enough to say such. I don't blame him. I blame Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who waited for them. Because they said they were not ready for independence. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe said, let's wait for them. I blame Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. And we are still waiting for them. It is because of them a quota system was introduced. If not for quota system, every single one of them cannot smell any post in Nigeria. If not for quota system, the only people you will see in posts, in critical posts in that country called Nigeria will be people from the southern part of Nigeria. People from the southern part of Nigeria, either people from Oduduwa land or Biafra land or Middle Belt. This Janjaweed, Fulani Janjaweed will never have a place. Assuming people are being placed in position because of their qualification, because of their talent and whatever, you will never see any Janjaweed in any post in that country called Nigeria. But because of quota system, that is why a northerner will be bold enough after the so-called people have gone to insult us in their presence. He came out and began to boldly speak and say we should go and get our best. They get their best. Calling them kingmakers. What do you expect? After calling them kingmakers, you see him swelling up, using derogatory languages against the Igbo people. Do you blame him? You don't blame him. You blame Ohanes and Igbo. Blame Ohanes and Igbo who have insulted us, who have sold us out to this Janjaweed. And Janjaweed can stand and speak. It is so painful. It's so painful. Just imagine. After he has come to beg, call them beg, literally begging. After he has come to literally beg, because he didn't make any point, he was just begging. Begging. After that begging, you saw the response that the man in the north gave him. What a shame. What a shame. Very shameful. Who told you that you cannot be able to demand for your rights? How is it that these politicians and the Biafra, they believe that you cannot demand for what is your right? It is the right of every human being to demand for self-determination. And that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is demanding for. On behalf of some people. And majority of Biafrans, let me know that 90% of Biafrans are standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They want self-determination. 90%. 90% of Biafran people. They want self-determination. 90% of people in the old Southeastern region, the South and the Southeast, with the Lower Benue, they want self-determination. There's no doubt about that. That is what they want. But these people who claim to be representing us, each time they go, they deny their identity. They even deny their own identity. You will see person from the north, a governor in the north, even in the presidency, they will call themselves Arewa people. They will call themselves Arewa. Even in their meeting, even in the House of Assembly, they address themselves as Arewa. Odudua person, we address himself as Odudua person. Any place you see them. But look at Biafran people. Biafran people can never address themselves as Biafrans. They are so scared about their identity. They want to please the Janjaweed for them because of their belly. Our politicians, or mainly Ohanes and Igbo, betraying and insulting us at every given opportunity. What a shame. What a shame. It is so painful. It is so painful. When you hear the way this man was begging, at the end of the day, you see the response that was given by the North. It's so painful. I want you to watch the video again.